Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
Welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various Black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various Black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got B.
What's up, y'all?
And we might have people coming in later. With that being said, make sure on your way in to subscribe and follow, depending on your platform. Make sure to check out the Clips channel, Fit the Description podcast over there on YouTube. Also, if you want to listen to this podcast on the audio platforms, all the links are down below. You can check those out there. Beyond that, we'll go ahead and get started. So what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
10 times better. Like, man, I don't know if I told you this. I think I did. We talked about it, man. I was freaking under the weather for a while.
Oh, man, it sucks, bro.
It did.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with it. It's been bad for me too, man. Yeah, man, I'm glad to hear you feeling a lot better, bro.
Dude,
Man.
I am feeling, compared to like 2 days ago, that's kind of the reason why we're recording this podcast so late, which we kind of should have recorded like a day before. But I just been feeling like really bad. So I'm just happy I'm happy to at least get this episode out. So at least we have something for y'all out there to listen to, because yeah, I was pretty down bad. Man, I was just, it was just bad. The funny thing is I didn't have a temperature, but I don't know shit. I don't know if you want to hear all the nasty details.
Let's keep that. I feel it up, man. It's allergy season, and well, it's not really. Can't really, because hey, summer is really allergy season, but it's just been bad, man. So,
Well, I mean, actually, the funny thing is, I was just listening to a video like right before that we started this podcast. I guess they're saying that, what is it? It's usually hotter around this time than any other point of the summer. Which, yeah, I'm starting to see that, which is kind of crazy, at least for where we live.
right.
Because normally, we're in fall right now, right?
Almost, yeah. It's right around. I think the end of this year. I mean, not the end of this year, but the end of this month. It'll be fall officially.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought September is when fall starts.
Oh, yeah, okay. If you're looking at, like I said, I know the correct version of the calendar, and we got the everyday people calendar. And I think fall. They said fall is now or something, but I'm not for sure. I can look real quick.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah. Let me know. I'm curious.
Okay, yeah. So September 22.
Okay, so September 22nd is when
Yeah,
fall officially starts.
yeah. And
But
that's
what
on
is
a
that? Is that
Sunday.
like a different? Is that like a different calendar or whatever?
No, well, no. This is the everyday people calendar.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not looking at a Hebrew calendar or nothing like that. This is just the everyday. Yeah, the everyday
Yeah,
calendar.
because I know I've been hearing stories about like there's supposed to be like different calendars for like different things. So
Yeah, so I thought most people, I think it was the Gregorian calendar. I think that's what it's called. I'm not. I can't remember. It's been a while.
uh-huh.
Uh, but that's the everyday people calendar, the calendar that the pretty much the whole world has at this point. And then the actual biblical biblical calendar, I said is every the season to change every 3 months. So what we call the new year, and that's in the start of the winter. The actual biblical new year starts in spring because new year starts with new life. So every spring, that's when every new life is born. And all the trees start to blossom and the grass start to blossom. Everything, insects come out. Everything comes to life. So the new year that we actually celebrate is actually a pagan year. We're in the dead of the winter, which is the start of the winter. The start of winter is January to March, and the beginning of the year is spring, April, in April. So, but you can pretty much tell just by looking at be observant of the weather. So you know spring comes is when you see that first piece of grass coming out out of the ground. So like this year, I was seeing we started to get green on the trees and the ground, and halfway throughout March.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much technically when spring started. So, so yeah. So we're a little bit backwards when it comes to our calendar. If you're just observing with the seasons, then you'll be on the right track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, okay, I gotta ask you, man. Have you been hearing about the chase glitch?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? I'll let you go first, and I'll tell you my views.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the extremely how many people actually fell for it.
Maybe we should explain what it is. Let me explain what's happening. Give me one sec. Yeah, so people understand, and I'll let you go. So basically, what the chase glitch is basically you get a check, you write basically a big number on there, and you deposit it in your account. So I'm gonna tongue tied. Let me say it again. Guys, this is horrible. I'm glad nobody else is here right now. Oh,
you suck.
Ah,
Basically, what it is you can take a check and write $250,000 on it, deposit it, get the money out, close the account.
exactly.
That was terrifying to listen to.
What's up, man?
Yeah, what up?
So yeah. So anyways, that's the glitch. That sucks. Yeah. So I'll let you share your thoughts on it, and then I'll go ahead.
Well, I don't know how many people actually fell for this. I know like some of the people were showing like fake screenshots and what was pretty much saying that they lost all this money for clout, even though they didn't do it. But for the people who did actually do it, I just feel like going like you paid for a college degree. Why are you getting a degree? And you gonna put yourself in $100,000 debt. Just like and it's crazy is that if they actually was able to withdraw that money,
They did.
yeah.
Yeah, the way like Jane said, you go ahead, you put a check in, and you quickly withdraw the money.
At that point, like if they try to return it, most likely they're going to jail.
Well, there is no return it. I mean, it's a bank. The bank has your record. So basically, what's happening is people do it's actually fraud. That's what it really is. It's actually fraud.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, they actually did. Like, they withdrew the money, but they come back to the bank the next day and then they have a negative balance on their account.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now, yeah, basically now as they go through life, they're gonna have their wages garnished and stuff. So yeah, they're pretty. It's funny how this Chase thing happened, and there's like you think they'll have like some kind of barrier to make sure that doesn't happen. That's the funny part. Like, I mean, I don't get how you can do it where you can just they have the system where you can just write a check and then you instantly get the cash out without any checks or balances.
That's why it's a glitch.
That makes sense.
Come on, man.
That makes sense. It's just weird because I'm like, I would have never. It's funny how nobody thought about. Well, I guess people did think about that and saw that probably was never going to work. But,
Mhm.
but man, could you imagine if like a mass amount of people did that crap?
I guess they're doing it, and they're probably going to jail for it.
Yeah, that's the one that I heard in an article that they said some of those people are. I mean, not that's happy yet, but they said some of those people are probably going to go to jail.
Mhm.
And don't you love the internet, man?
Hey, of course, I love the internet, man.
Yeah, we only talked about on like the last two podcasts about how much you love it.
Hell yeah. Gives me like this.
What the?
You gotta be sitting in the back. Nah, I don't. I got
What the?
Here, you can look me up, bro.
Well,
Wait a minute. I got so many questions now.
In either state, sir.
I should have given it for the people that didn't see. So like it's Terminator, bro.
Where were you headed? Right here. Literally, I'm on the phone with his mom, bro. We're gonna try and run your name a different way and see if I can find it pop up some other way. Okay. You're gonna kill me, bro. Kill me, bro. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me, bro. Shots fired! Shots fired! There's a kid in the car still! He tried killing me!
What the? Okay. All right.
Bro, you can't.
That okay. So I saw that he jumped out the car. I saw he grabbed him, just threw him out the
No.
car.
Yeah, I was about to say, what you mean he jumped out? How the hell? Okay.
I mean, okay, he didn't jump out, but he was holding on to the door when he drove off. He grabbed it and threw him out, and the car was going. So what? The kid just left in the car. The car just going. What the?
Okay. But I mean, there's no explanation to it. I mean, I don't know, but from what I can ascertain, the guy took off with the cop holding on to the door.
Yeah.
At the rate of speed he was going, and the cop saying, "You're gonna kill me, bro. You're gonna kill me. I'm gonna die, bro," means that he was probably flying. So I don't know how the guy can jump out of the car with a dude in the middle of your door. So I'm thinking that the RoboCop grabbed him and threw him out the car. Now, the shots fired, I don't know. I didn't hear any bullets, but
Nope.
I don't know. He said shots fired, and that guy seemed to be in pain, but I mean, it could have been that he just bounced off the concrete. Yeah, and then the cop is still standing up and talking, which means even at that rate of speed that would hurt that guy, he still planted his feet and started walking. And yeah, the kid just decided he was just driving away. He didn't want none of that. He didn't want none of the smoke. So
My God. Oh, that puts it in so much perspective. What the? That's what. That's wild.
yeah,
That's
see,
wild.
told you. There's
What the? Dude, the videos that you find are freaking insane, man.
You're kill me, bro. You're kill me. I was like, holy, that's RoboCop right there. He was like, I'm driving away. He's like, how are you still here? I mean, the best part would have been if the cop was running. Like, what do you do? What do you do? How are you still here? How are you still here? Oh man.
That is
Kidding me? There's
it's,
tons of those, bro. I got tons of those.
that is insane. What the fuck? Oh my!
I've got tons of those videos, man.
That's literally like a freaking GTA game. That's oh you did did I you got a comment on one of your videos, right?
You want to have a comment on what?
On a video. And basically the comment said, understandable, have a great day.
Yeah. What the fuck would I mean, it's good, man. Thank you for the comment. I guess. I don't know. Dude, I mean, I've expanded on that so far since I did that. Man,
Really?
America's gangster, bro. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And this country's great. People wonder why gang banging still exists because they following the US code. I don't give a fuck what anybody said. If other countries should look at the US like a neighborhood gangster. like, like the things that we do when people don't understand what we're doing, fucking is brilliant. It's just brilliant. But people complain. I mean, I don't know. Trust me, bro, this week's been full of arguments. We had an argument last night. I was waiting for people to just start hanging up and be mad.
No, really?
Oh yeah. They
Um,
came to the wrong person, and I guess I had time, man. They was on one talking about gun rights. Man, bring it. I was
what
like,
they
I
were
got time
they
for
were
it.
anti-gun rights?
They wanted just people saying dumb ass. And then I was like, I was trying to keep quiet for so long, but then I was like, man, bring it. Let's go. But yeah, no, they talking about I don't understand. I'm like, yeah, school shootings are bad. I mean, duh.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the school shooting that just happened.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, it always seems to happen in election years, but whatever. It
Huh?
is what it is. There's always a school shooting around an election. Some crazy ass point. Some kind of mass shooting around an election. But yeah,
Wait a
no,
minute, hold on. Wait. I want to look this up because I want to see. Okay, so you said that there's a shooting in every election year, right?
always a mass shooting around
Mash.
an election.
Uh, okay, let's check 20. What was it? We're 2024, so 2020 was the last election year. All right. Let's see. In 2020, the election year. Oh wow, yeah, there was. Let's see. Holy crap. There was a high number of mass shootings in during 2020.
That was
Jeez,
COVID.
I
That's
know.
COVID. People was rabid then too. They was like, "Yep, that's it." Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, well let's look at what's it 2016, right? So let's see. So 2016 mass shooting. So we're on the FBI website.
Mhm.
They said 50 incidents in 21 states, 943 casualties, 13 law enforcements. But this is in 2016 and 2017. 50 shooters, all male. 3 were body armored. 13 suicide. 11 killed by police. 8 stopped by citizens. 18 apprehended by police. All right. And then let's look at 2012. Oh, Sandy Hook. That was 2012. Was it? Oh, well, that was after the election, though.
I just noticed that, and it's not even again. I'm not saying that mass shootings aren't horrible because people die.
Yeah, of course, of course.
But, it seems there's mass shootings. There's actually a lot,
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. There's a lot.
but the ones that really get publicized are, really get hit home is around an election.
Mhm.
Because there's always something about gun rights happening.
Yeah.
And then somebody last night told me that there should be mental health screening for to get a gun, and that was kind of the part that set me off because I was like, all right, bet let's run this down. Let's do this. Let's entertain it. Because they were like, yeah, because you don't there's no kind of you can just get a gun. I mean, blah blah blah. I was like, well, let's see. You have to first pass the test to be certified to purchase. Then you have to have a background check, and then you have to have a cooling off period, at least over here.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, but there's no mental health screening. I'm like, bet. So you're right. There's not. They said, now that's the problem. I said, okay, well, let's look at this from a couple different ways. One, um, let's say yes, you need mental health screening to buy a gun. They're like, good, right? Yeah, good. So let's keep everything a buck and legit. So that means you need mental health screening to drive a car. They're like, what do you mean? Like, well, what kind of training do you get to drive a car? They're like, what are you talking about? You have to pass a driver's test. You have to, okay, you have to pass a driver's test. Yeah. And, you have to know the rules of the road. Exactly. So the fact that you do that with guns, why do you need mental health screening? Because they need to know you're right in the head. Oh, okay. So you mean to tell me you need to be right in the head to have a gun, but you don't need to be right in the head to drive a fucking motor vehicle? I'm sorry, but I've never seen anybody. You're right. I've never seen anybody killed from a car. And he got quiet, like, okay, well, whatever. I'm like, okay, so you need. I said, then that also means you need mental health screening to go into a bar. What does that mean? I'm like, well, let me think. Alcohol impairs your judgment. So if your mental health isn't right, and you go into a bar to consume alcohol, then doesn't that mean you're putting everybody in that bar in jeopardy? I mean, how many bar fights have you seen happen? Well, that's different. Why is it different? Because there's no reason, people with mental health problems have guns. Okay, let's put this into perspective. The school shootings that they keep advertising, yes, every year, yes. I'm like, did you hear the point that I just brought up in that statement? No, you just said, I was like, okay, let me say it again. The school shootings that are happening all over the place, you know, and I just kept stopping. I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, let me ask you this. How old do you have to be to buy alcohol? We have to be 21. Okay. Okay. Um, how old do you have to be to drive a car? All right, well, you have to be at least 16. All right, cool. How old do you have to be to purchase a handgun? I don't know. Well, the correct answer is 21. So if high school shootings and school shootings are the issues, how the fuck are you gonna have mental health screenings on someone who can't purchase a gun? Well, that just means that they're from somebody. Okay, so let me get this straight. Now we need mental health screenings on fucking just rando people that may or may not be able to acquire a gun from somebody. I said, look, I know a lot of underage kids right now, and they have guns. It's
Yep.
pretty cool. Yeah, like I don't understand it. So how are you going to implement this? All you're doing is making it harder for normal legal citizens to have a right to the Second Amendment. After that, it just kind of spiraled out of control. To say, I'm like, dude, other people were chiming in like, yeah, nah, this dude does have a point. Like, bro, I was like, are you kidding me? You don't
Well,
need to have an AK. Well, shit, you don't need to have a Lamborghini either, but you're gonna buy one if you can afford it, right?
the
That's
fun.
not the same. Well, shit. Have you ever went to a bar? Yeah. Have you ever went to a bar and bought top shelf alcohol? Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the well is the same shit. So, okay. Why would you? You don't need to.
Well, I have a controversial thought on that
Okay,
that you
bring
might
it.
enjoy.
Bring it.
So for me, and that's just because, and I'll see if I could find the graph as we go down this conversation. But I would say, excluding military, I personally believe that you shouldn't be allowed to purchase a firearm to a 25. And that's only because, from what I read in the stats that I saw, it seems like once people start becoming 25, the likelihood of somebody committing a shooting, like a shooting, goes down significantly.
So what? I mean, you can. Yeah. Okay. So again, you guys are coming up with all these laws about shooting, but they all stem off of these fucking school shootings. But again, you raising the limit to 25, which again, I don't give a shit because I'm over the point.
Excluding military, I'd say I just want to put that excluding military, but please keep going.
So basically, you're saying that 25, if you bump it to 25, then that will save these kids, from going into school and shooting the place up.
Well, no. For what I read, it seems that the once people hit for some reason once people hit around the age of 25, the rate of gun murders goes down significantly. So they said the likelihood of you committing a murder with a gun usually happens when you're younger, but actually when once you hit 25, it goes down significantly. Like I'm trying to find a graph right now.
The funniest part? I mean, I guess it's not funny. I mean, I guess I just have a twisted sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, when I hear that, I'm like, huh, when you're 25. Okay, so that means everything's on you at that point. So does if you want to be a graphs guy, I would look at shootings goes down after 25, but suicides go up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably look at that because I mean that would make sense. And dudes is tired of shooting people and they just turn a gun on themselves because they're like, this shit ain't working.
Oh, so it's not funny. Sorry about that. It's not funny.
That's what I said. I disclaimered before I said it. Like, oh, it's not funny, but I mean, if you think about it, it's a rough situation.
I am back. I'm sorry about that. That's a family issue. God, that was annoying. Yeah, well, When it comes to like gun purchases and gun laws and stuff, but regardless of the age of getting this gun, I think it says 21. There's no way. Well, the thing about this current shooter that wasn't he uh, um what they knew this person was crazy, right?
Oh,
Before the
okay.
shooting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
again. Okay, I just want to say this. I'm doing this
Mhm.
off the top of my head. I may get some of this wrong, so look it up for yourself. But from what I can remember, basically, yeah, it was a kid who was a school. It was a kid. If you talk about the school shooting that just happened, I think it was
Yeah.
a 14-year-old kid, and he had a history of having like mental illness and like having drawings and stuff because his book came out talking about how he wanted to go out and basically get rid of a bunch of people. Like that was
Yeah.
always in his book. And I guess they said at schools the teacher found something about it. The FBI actually came and talked to the parents, and the parents were like, okay, he's being bullied, it's not a big deal. They didn't really step in. And I guess for what the parents said was, at least the dad was saying that yeah, he was being bullied, and they were talking about, can you pull him out of school? But the dad said he couldn't because he was too busy working. So I know for a fact the last thing I heard, right now the dad is also being charged.
Yeah, getting charged.
Yeah, his
So
dad's
he
also.
actually bought the person, bought the daughter or son. I can't remember.
Well, no, it was
But
his son, and he didn't
yeah,
properly. Now I didn't get this part really clear, but from what I got, the gist of what I heard, basically he did not properly lock up his gun, or he made it way too easy for his son to access his
The
firearms.
fuck you
Plus,
talk about? He bought the damn gun for the son as a gift.
oh, he did.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Fuck
Okay,
is you
okay, I missed that part. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So like I said, things like that. Well, first off, this when we had the FBI get involved knowing that this person's crazy, they should have done something like they should have locked him up or put him in a mental ward or something. Yeah, I had to go there because uh uh uh, uh that situation could have been handled,
Well, okay. Well then,
including the father being locked up too for being a dumbass.
okay, yeah, because
So
I would say that responsibility should fall more on the parents.
yeah, yes, they play a part in it, but like I said, this person got caught being unhinged.
Yeah,
So that whole situation, he should have been sent to a psych ward to begin with. You know. Now any for any other situation, you can't unless you go through extreme tests. You don't know who we don't know who has loose screws or not. So this whole argument talking about we need to ban guns and it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless because regardless, someone with loose screws in their brain is going to do whatever it takes to take out somebody. If they can't use a gun, they're going to use a knife. And if they can't use a knife, they're going to create some bomb and blow up the building.
I mean, look at Europe right now. I think Europe, they have a thing with mass stabbings.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So unless they change the ways on how we can actually purchase a gun to make sure that we're actually staying in the brain, there's really nothing that you could do about it.
so
Banning the guns is not going to do anything. It's not going to stop mass killing. You know.
so this goes into James's point. and I'll ask you this right now: do you think that we should have psychological tests before you could purchase a gun?
I mean, to a degree, yeah, to a degree. I mean, but then again, I really don't know what that going to do if anyone could fake it, because the most insane criminals uh, uh, in history, they seem normal on the outside, but they're faking being normal. They're actually insane. So I really don't know, but I do know what I do know is let us normal citizens have our guns so we can actually defend ourselves from these psycho people. you know. And maybe since all these school shootings is happening, I don't know, maybe they need to start having actual police on the high school campus that actually have guns and are trained to take out insane high schoolers that they go and they do some type of fucked up act like what just happened this time. You know, we really gotta. This country as a whole, we're just lacking in a lot of things, man. We're handling things way too soft. We're handling things way too soft, man. Like there could be many. I don't know the answer. There's many different type of solutions, but all I know is look at a state like Texas, where a lot of people in Texas, because guns are allowed. There's not a lot of shooting like that in Texas. maybe that's the solution. If we all had guns, there'll be less gun killing. Man, maybe that's the solution. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just looking at the results between all the states that don't have guns and the states that actually do. So, hey, I don't know. I just know that I like my odds better. If I would have saw a mass shooting happen in front of my eyes, I I like my odds better knowing I have a gun to shoot back than me not having a gun and me running away. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So,
But I mean, okay, so let's go at it from this angle because let's be a little bit more. I mean, just on what you're saying.
mhm.
It's pretty much if a situation was to happen like that, most likely it wouldn't be you that would have to be dealing with that. It probably would be you sending your son to school and a mass shooting would happen.
Mhm.
So with you saying, you have a gun, which is, you having a gun, you can do something about it's great. But if you're not there to do something about it, and your kids are at school, on like on a random Tuesday, and some kid, goes up and just decides to light up the school. I mean, at that point, I mean, that's why I said, what
Yeah,
what
I mean,
what would your standard have to be about why have a fighting chance when your kids are in school and they don't have a fighting chance or they're not even allowed to have a gun. And I mean, it ain't like you as a parent are going to be like, oh yeah, here you go, and make sure to take this gun with you to school. Number one, that's not legal, but even if it was, I don't see any parent doing that shit. Okay, that's a
mhm.
lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I do see some parents doing that shit, but responsible parents, I don't see them doing that.
I'm glad you corrected you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually got to take that one back. But I guess my main question is, does that change your stance at all?
I mean that. I mean, but with that, that's getting into a topic where you know, um, as the schools are designed right now, there's no way you could do to counter that. The only thing I can see mass shootings being stopped is when they got to start putting metal detectors in schools.
Which they done, which they do.
Uh-huh.
And that still doesn't really stop shootings.
Well, that's because anyone could throw a gun over the fence and people could grab it. And
well, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about school shootings, but I'm just saying like shootings in general. I mean, like this is kind of one of my. This has always been one of my biggest criticism when it comes to mass shooting. I know I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but one of my biggest criticism is that whenever it goes to like these schools or whatever, everybody wants to be like, oh, it's so bad, whatever. But whenever it takes place in the hood or whatever, nobody has nothing to say. And there's mass shootings that happen over there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear anybody being appalled about that.
There's definitely a narrative that the news taking and choosing what's important and what's not important. No, what they want to make big and what they do not want to make big. Of course, like everyone on the podcast, we know that there are mass shootings every day. Well, let me not say every day, but quite often there's mass shootings across the whole United States. But will majority of those mass shootings get reported? No, they pretty much only reported they pretty much only reported for the news and the people that's running it. They can actually benefit off of it. They can benefit off of the emotions and the fears of America. It's like why like right now there's an election that's going on right now. How come every single time it feels like when there's an election going on, there's some type of mass shooting?
Oh, hold on, wait. James was just talking about that. He just brought that up. He literally just brought that up.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, that was his topic. That's what he just brought up.
It's like, okay, so how come like during the elections there's always like some type of mass shooting or there's always some type of they like to play off they pick this one random black person that got killed by the cops or whatever, and they feed off of that. Some type of shooting they use to feed off the emotions of America, to try to pretty much wear us down into believing that guns are the problem. We got to get rid of guns. They have to go. And it's like, huh?
They do. They do have to go. You know what I'm saying? We need lasers and shit now.
Which they already have. And I'm going to the conspiracy theory area, which is not really technical conspiracy theory. I've seen the videos. Like all those wildfires.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember, like Paradise, California. If you forget about that, you can't see it. It's invisible. Because I always wonder. I remember growing up. I don't remember all these wildfires. Growing up. And then now all of a sudden, wildfires are a seasonal thing now. And it's like, okay. I gotta think, okay, why is this seasonal? And the targets of these wildfires is kind of strange. First, like a few years ago with the fire in Hawaii. How did that happen? How does fire get so hot where it's melting the frame of the car to the street? How did that happen?
That's hot.
I've seen plenty of cars on fire. I've never seen the frame of the car melted and fused into the concrete of the street. That's a new tip. And you know, how you get there? And it's like, and on top of that, I found out that, you know, big major corporations was actually trying to buy that land, but they didn't want to sell it. So they're like, okay, fuck it. We will destroy it. And then we'll buy for the cheap. Oh yeah, so I mean, well, a lot of people can't see it, but what's happening right now is absolutely sinister. It's sinister, but the people who run the show, they're geniuses. They're absolutely geniuses. All right. I don't know, like, so when it comes to this whole gun thing, man. Hey, well, what can you really do about it? Yeah.
You just make sure they don't take your guns.
Mm-hmm. I said, man. A fist and a knife ain't gonna take out a gun. The only thing that's gonna take out a gun is a gun that's something stronger than a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. Maybe we need to start putting the tanks in the school. Have military on the school campuses. Dude. I don't know. So that way we can have. But then again, how do we know that the police force or military that's actually going to school? How do we know they're not crazy? You know, we could have. How do we know we have that one divorced military guy? He gets divorced. He loses everything, and he goes bonkers and he was hired to be there. What do you say then? You know,
Mm-hmm.
what do you say then? Oh, that now you gotta take the guns away from the police force and the military too.
Oh, can't do
So yeah, man. I don't know. Probably sound like I'm yapping right now.
Look, man. That's how it is, bro.